Okay, I have turned on the camera. Maybe I'll do a little bit of hand movements from this direction. What do you think of that? Any interest in that? Let me know if this is something you like. I'll do this just to discombobulate the AI who tells me that I need to jump straight away into my videos and not get distracted. So, hello. I am going to come around now. Yes, I am recording. I always have to quadruple check. Look at the irises. Look at the irises. We'll come around to those. I am now going to come around. Hello, 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 hello. Come around to my seat and get adjusted. Get my headphones. It's going to be very slow and gentle, unedited ASMR today. Okay, now we can see how I really sound. And I brought these irises with me. Aren't they magnificent? Magnificent. So I think you should be able to see those based on what I was just testing. So I'll do a little thumbnail here with my classic leaning my head to the side. Maybe I'll try something different. The other side, or straight up and down. And then I will say to you, my friends, hey there. Crinkle, 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 crinkle. Welcome back. Welcome back to all of you, and welcome back to me. This is the first time in, I guess it's been 3.5 weeks maybe, so almost a month, that I have been here in my typical recording space. I am home from my travels, had some other things going on, which I will fill you in on a little bit. But it was just time. It was just time for me to sit down here with you and do a little bit of unedited, catching up, rambling, hang out, goodness. So if you are getting ready to go to sleep, I hope that this might help you to unwind your mind and drift into a nice sleep. And if you're just looking for something in the background to keep you company, or something to give you a bit of distraction, or if you are curious about, what's going on with me, whatever brings you here, I'm really glad to see you. And it is warm here today, so I miss doing hand movements and hand sounds like this. Hand sounds, I guess I do hand movements a lot. I am going to end up rustling into these, so maybe I'll put them a little bit forward. They're so cool. If I put them further back, can you see them better? I honestly don't know since I'm looking at the back of my camera. So here we are. I brought along my water bottle because I have a feeling I will need to have some water during this. As I think I just said, have the windows open, the skylight in the window beside me, so you can get some outdoor sounds, some bird song, and maybe some other random things. I can hear something buzzing. I'm not sure if that is outside. I think it's outside. I don't think there is a bee or fly in here. But anyway, how have you been? I have missed you. I have missed all of you very much. I've missed sitting down in the space with you and just spending time together. So as you know, if you've been keeping up, I'm into the hand sounds today. Tell me if you dig it. It's coming naturally here. As you know, I've been uploading pre-recorded videos, and then Justin and I did a video in West Virginia, and I did a spontaneous porch video, which we shared. And I've shared this in a few other places, but just so you know that my mom did really well with the procedure that she was having, and she has had a good recovery, and it seems like some of the issues that she was having that this procedure was meant to help with, that it is indeed doing that. So we are hopeful that this might be the beginning of a new phase, a new chapter for her in the health journey that she's been on since last fall. So I'm very thankful for that, and thankful for the time we got to spend with my mom and dad and extended family and all of that. And then we came home, and then we were home for just a few days before we had some good friends come and visit who we hadn't seen since the winter. And they came and stayed with us for an extra long weekend, last weekend. They were here for 5 days, I guess. And that was super, super fun. Right before they came, we had this wild heat wave with 2 90-degree days, which was really something. And then the weather shifted, and while our friends were here, we had a lot of rain, and the temperatures dropped, and we had to turn on the pellet stove again. We were like drinking hot cocoa and bundled up and sitting around the fire, and so it was kind of strange for me. But that was really lovely to get to spend time with people that we care about, that we haven't seen in a long time. We had their almost 2-year-old with them as part of our little house guest scenario, and that was always fun. Love spending time with various little ones and being entertained by them. This little friend is just really exploding with language right now and saying all kinds of cute things and narrating everything as we go through our days. So that's really fun. And then now, Justin and I are kind of getting back into our regular routine, which we've been away from for quite a while. So today it was high up on my list to sit down and have some time with you. So I wanted to show you these flowers. These are irises from our garden. Thought this might make a good tippity-tappity sound. And I hope you heard you from the irises. We have a ton of these white irises and purple ones. And they smell magnificent. They smell so lovely. I will send you a scent intention for you to be able to have a little bit of the beautiful aroma of these irises. And these are the ones that I harvested, that I cut for a bouquet, were all ones that kind of got beaten down and flopped over during the rainstorms. So I cut them so you can see this one is still yet to bloom, yet to bloom, yet to bloom. This one's yet to bloom. And then we have these beautiful ones that are blooming. They smell, I don't know, this one smells sort of lemony to me, like lemon cookie. And then this one smells sort of vanilla-y to me. Irises always smell they smell culinary to me. They smell like cakes and cookies and pies to me. That's what I always think their various scents smell like. So, hello. I just really love irises. So, since I had these downstairs for this video, I was like, I don't even know what props to bring. I'm kind of just being spontaneous and have it come up with a set of like, okay, here's what I'm going to record now moving forward. I kind of need to get reorganized. But flowers are always good, I feel, as a prop. So I did record a little bit of footage out in the garden this morning, so that there should be another garden tour video coming soon. For those of you who enjoy those, some things I filmed before we left, and then what's going on now. So that will be coming soon. And then I have a lot of fun ideas for things I want to do for the summer. And you all have given me a lot of good video suggestions. If you have more, please let me know. I always love having your input. So I brought that, and then I did bring, hold on, my water bottle. I did bring this journal with me because I thought that it actually matches the irises pretty nicely. And this is a journal I bought back in the fall, and I don't think I ever ended up showing it in a video. It's going to be the next journal I start writing in, I think. And it has this beautiful purple moon on it, and these branches coming across, and these lovely pine trees, and this little hook, and you can see the pages are gold, the pages are trimmed in gold, and it is called the Mystic Moon Journal, it says on the back. So, oh, and I didn't notice it has a quotation on it as well, just on this is just like the tag on the back of it, the tag. It is by Peter Popper Press, Fine Gifts since 1928, and it says Mystic Moon Journal. Now is the time to venture outward and see new wonders. Buzz Aldrin. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin. So I bought this journal when I was in Salem in the fall, when I was staying with friends near Boston, not too far from Salem, and I'm excited to start this one off. And I thought you might enjoy the tapping sounds of it, and it would give me something to do as far as a trigger while I'm just chatting with you. So I don't know, these might be, are they a little too much in my face? I don't know. Do them like that. Yeah, so I just wanted to check in with all of you, ask how you are doing. Please let me know in the comments if you have been enjoying your May, or what might be going on with you. I always like to hear about how you're doing. And this week we have a few celebrations. Justin and I, a couple of days ago, celebrated our wedding anniversary. We have been married for 24 years. 24 years. Isn't that wild? And don't worry, Justin will be getting back on the mic, back behind the camera with me sometime soon. Definitely be doing that. But yeah, we've been married for 24 years, so next year will be 25. Next year will be our 25th, and it will also be my parents' 50th, and Justin's parents' 55th wedding anniversary. So we'll have to have some kind of big shebang, some big celebrations next year. This year it was nice that our friends were here, and one of our friends made a delicious lasagna. And so we had a nice dinner for our anniversary. The friends who are with us are friends that we do a lot of cooking with, so we had a lot of delicious things over the last few days, particularly because the weather ended up being poor and we couldn't really go hiking or, be outside that much or do some of the other things that we might normally do. So basically all we did was cook and eat. That was a lot of fun. I'm batch of the chocolate mousse. We actually made a double batch of chocolate mousse. The chocolate mousse that I made for Justin's birthday, and then that I made for a potluck at our library. That was a fun theme. Our library has a cookbook club slash potluck slash food party every other month, where you can bring something you've made from a recipe, either from a cookbook you got from the library or from some other recipe. And a couple of months ago it was comfort foods, which was delicious. And so then I made tempeh shepherd's pie for that because there was a request for something vegan, so I made tempeh shepherd's pie. And that was really good, and there were so many good things to eat there. And so then they decided for the next time around, since we had done comfort foods, to do foods that are out of your comfort zone, to do like out of your comfort zone recipes as the theme. So you were supposed to make something that either you hadn't made before, or that you find challenging, or, you know, trying something new or a little different. And so that was only the second time I had made the mousse that I took to the library, and that was really fun and delicious. So we made some of that mousse, and we also made a delicious birthday cake, a dark chocolate raspberry birthday cake, and we took it up a notch from the recipe that I usually use and put a layer of chocolate mousse in the middle of it. And we did that because my birthday is in a couple of days. My birthday is May 29th, and I remember from a post that she did years ago that I share a birthday with Abby ASMR. So happy birthday, Abby. She is one of my all-time favorite creators. So I think that's kind of cool that we share a birthday. So best wishes to Abby. And it was fun to get to have our friends around for some early birthday celebration. And I'm really happy about my birthday. I am going to be 47 years old. 47. And I'm into it. I'm digging it. I like the number 47. Maybe I'll open this up and flip the pages for you. Flip the gold pages for you. I am excited to be 47. I think it's a great number. And I'm feeling really hopeful and upbeat and optimistic about the coming year. I really am. I feel like I've been doing a lot of really important healing work these last few years, and working with my stories and my voices and my inner critic and my pain body, and making a lot of progress in feeling good about myself and who I am and where I am and where I'm going. And I have a lot of support in my life right now, a lot of good resources. I'm really happy with this channel and this community and the connection that I have with all of you. It brings me so much joy. So I think it's going to be a good year. I think I'm going to discover some things about myself. I think I'm going to find a little bit more of what my future path is leading to as far as my career and creative endeavors and what I want my life to look like for this next chapter and beyond. And so I'm excited. So I'm glad to be able to celebrate my birthday. We'll definitely see my niece this weekend for my birthday, and then the last couple of years, Justin and I have had a tradition of going to this food truck that we really like, that has really good local hamburgers, and getting burgers, and then going out for ice cream, and then going to this really cute little general store that is near that food truck. So we'll probably do that. It's supposed to rain some more over the next few days, which is good because we need rain. So I'm not sure if we'll do that on my actual birthday or when we'll do it, but that's So, okay, there's a couple of things in this journal that I didn't even realize. Look, here is a leaf. Here is a pressed leaf that was in that journal. And you know what I bet this is? Yes, it is a beech leaf. This is a leaf from a European beech tree that when I was staying out with my friends and helping them in the fall, and I would take a walk every day, every afternoon, while their little one who I was helping take care of was sleeping. And I would take a walk past the library to a park, and in that library, in front of the library, in the little park area, was a beautiful, huge tree, which I just fell in love with, which I just thought was such a gorgeous tree. And I like hung out under it and talked to it and was, touched it and developed a nice friendship with this tree. And I figured out what it was, did a little bit of identification, and it is a European beech tree. And I remember now that I took one of the fallen leaves from it and put it in this journal. So, that's a nice little memento. And now I can share it with you. And then it was cool, actually, just a couple months ago, Justin and I went to hear Justin's dad sing with a choir at a concert. Justin's dad has a wonderful singing voice. And we went to this choral concert, and it was on a college campus. And as we were walking around the campus, there was also this huge European beech tree, which was gorgeous and gnarly and had all kinds of different, different configurations of the branches, and it had a big knot on the side of it. It was just a really cool, funky, very almost like a fantasy looking tree. And it had a placard on it, and it was also a European beech. So I think I actually have a short of the tree that this leaf came from that I did in the fall, so I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to see it. So, okay, well, I'll put my leaf back in here, figure out what to do with that. And then I noticed in the front, I forgot about this too. I love when I stick things in books and journals and forget about them. I also have this little kitty sticker, this little kitty with the witch hat on, which I bought in Salem, obviously, in the same bookstore where I was buying this journal. They had a bunch of stickers by the counter. And since I have a black cat, my black cat Yorichi, and I love cats, I just thought this was really cute. So as a little souvenir from Salem, I bought this little kitty witch hat sticker, which I should figure out something fun to do with. Maybe I'll put it on. I've been wanting to put some stickers on my water bottle because I think it's fun, when people have stickers on their water bottles. But then I'm like, if it gets wet, will they get messed up? Will it, will I be able to wash it properly? I don't know. So I don't know if I'll put my kitty on there, but the kitty will say hello to you. Kitty does it. Meow, 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 meow. But I like a good sticker sound. Fun. And then I could, do a little backdrop here of here is Witchy Kitty under the moon. She moves along the forest in search of a cosmic friend. What will she find? We don't know. Perhaps she shall go over the moon. Cosmic Kitty, Cosmic Kitty. Do you remember, did you ever see Bedknobs and Broomsticks when you were a kid? Old school Disney movie. Angela Lansbury. She is a witch, and she has a black cat, and her cat's name is Cosmic Creepers. Cosmic Creepers, Cosmic Creepers, Cosmic Creepers. Okay, so I'll put my little kitty down, and I think we may be getting some outdoor neighbors doing yard work kind of sounds. So, sorry about that. Hopefully it makes a nice background. And I don't know, what else did I want to talk to you about? I just really wanted to be here with you. And I wanted to, share that we had celebrated our anniversary and that my birthday is happening. And that I just feel, maybe maybe I'll use these for a little bit here. I'm feeling, like I said, I'm feeling in a good place of transition, in a place of starting anew after being on this journey with my mom for the last 6 months or so, and putting a lot of focus in supporting her, and I'm glad I can continue to support her. And I'm so glad that things are progressing in a positive way for her. And we got through the dark, cold winter, and now we are in this season of plants, which is my favorite time of year. And I'm feeling a bit of renewal, and I'm feeling also that I have really let go recently. I have let go of some old heavy weight. I have let go of some negative thinking patterns and some ways of being hard on myself and some loops of anxious thinking that have been with me for a long time. I feel like I've made some progress in releasing and making space for new things. So I just want to encourage you, in whatever phase you might be in right now, to make some space. Make some space where you can for yourself, to be open to possibility, to allow things that are ready to move on or pass away from you. As they always say, things that no longer serve you. Sometimes I feel like that phrase can get a little cliche, but there is some truth to it. Things that you carry with you that may serve a purpose in helping you feel safe or helping you feel protected, but that may now be actually limiting you. It's okay to let those things go. It's okay to let those things go. And tapping on these little balls reminds me that the other really cool thing that happened since we got back is that I was a part of a meditation group, is one way you might describe it, but it's just kind of a healing group, a group of spiritual practices that I've attended twice. It's someone that I know through Justin's family, who is a hypnotherapist, and she has started this monthly gathering where she does a hypnotherapy practice for the people who are there. And I mean, I've done my little ASMR hypnosis videos, which are not real hypnosis. I mean, a real hypnotherapist. Those practices have a lot of cool science and a lot of how do I want to say it? Like they're structured in a way that is very effective and very powerful, and I really enjoy them. And she does that, and her daughter is a Reiki practitioner. So her daughter starts off the session usually with having pulled some oracle or tarot cards and has some kind of crystal grid for the theme of whatever it is we're working with that day, and kind of opens up with an energy clearing of the space and brings that energy throughout the session. And then we have the hypnotherapy practice, and then I do an embodiment practice. And I'm just so thrilled that this opportunity has come along for me to do this. And I think I might have mentioned this briefly in another video. It just came from a direction that I never could have expected. Like these people that are longtime family friends of Justin and Justin's family, really, that he's known like his whole life. And we've always been connected to them, but hadn't seen them in a really long time, and didn't really realize that they were both on this path of becoming healing practitioners. And so when we recently and kind of randomly reconnected with them at an event, it was really cool and serendipitous and special. And they just sort of were like, hey Devin, what have you been up to? And I was brave enough to talk about the fact that I've been trying to get this embodiment coaching practice going for quite a while. And they were really into it and really interested and said, hey, you should come be a part of this thing that we're doing. So I'm going to continue to do that. It's a monthly group, and you know, it's not a ton of people, but it's been a good group, and Justin's been attending and enjoying it. And it's an opportunity for me to practice my practices, you know, practice leading practices, and bring some of my knowledge and skill to people. And oh my gosh, these smell so good. Like, they're so heady, they're so nice. It's just something that I'm thankful to be able to do. So more to come on that. More to come on that as that continues to develop. And that just really, to me, that struck me as being a real manifestation of my effort to be open to the invitation. If you're into human design at all, I've talked about this a little bit. I'm a projector type, according to human design. And the strategy for projectors, the suggested strategy, is to wait for the invitation. And that means not to try to go after things in a really hardcore, aggressive, controlling, I'm gonna make this happen kind of way. But instead to be diligent in your craft, make yourself visible to others, and then be open for invitations to come to you. And I have had a number of things like that happen to me over the past year. Being invited to work on a nonprofit consulting project in a freelance way with a friend who I wouldn't have necessarily expected to work professionally with, because they're like a tech person, and I just wouldn't have really thought that, but they're now kind of, some of what they're doing is overlapping with some of my experience, and so they invited me into that to be a consultant and do freelance work on that, and that's been really great. And I received the invitation to officiate my friend's wedding, our friends Lana and Brian, whose channel we have shared many times, from Hollywood to the homestead, our lovely goat raising, small farming, fantastic friends. And just kind of out of the blue, you know, they had asked me to do that officiating, and I ended up really enjoying it. And that's something else I want to explore, other opportunities to do things like that. And there have been other things too, and then here's this opportunity that came from a direction I never could have anticipated to share some of the things I've been wanting to share in a group setting. So, and what was extra cool when I did it, when we went to this a few days ago, was because I have been traveling because we were gone, and then because we had guests here, I didn't put the amount of, that sounded good. I didn't put the amount of prep ahead of time into it that I sometimes do. I mean, I thought about what I was going to do, what kind of practice, but the theme for this month was trust. And as I was thinking about that, an idea came to me for a practice, and I thought about it a little bit, and had thought about it a few different times, but didn't sit down and do like a full practice run of what I was going to say and exactly how I was going to structure it. I just went there that day, and I trusted myself. I was right on theme. and I trusted my own skills and my own intuition and my own ability to be present in the moment. And I led the practice, and it went really smoothly, and I got a lot of good feedback about it. People seemed to enjoy it and get something out of it. And so that really boosted my confidence. And so I think I will record a video for you of that practice. It was a practice about building trust through a combination of strengthening boundaries and de-armoring the heart space. So how do we find that balance between being open to receive, but also having the physical boundary that we need to separate ourselves from others and not get too enmeshed, and to trust in a way that reflects good discernment and in a way that keeps us safe and helps us respect our needs and our boundaries. So maybe I will do that too. That will be on the list. Okay, well, I'm starting to get a little warm in here, and I think this has been a good little warm up. A warm up comes out outside. A nice little opportunity to get me back into a little groove of recording. Put down my little stress balls. I like those a lot. I think those are really a good trigger. So maybe I'll do a little bit more on this to sign off from you. You know what? Actually, I'll do the flowers. I'll do the flowers for a minute. Give you another little view of these. So I hope you all are doing very, very well. I'm excited to launch back into some summer content for all of you. And I'm just really grateful to you for being part of my life, part of my days, and for allowing me in to your space to be a part of your life. So for now, I send you my good wishes and my love. Let me know how you're doing, what you'd like to see here on the channel this summer. And I hope wherever you are, you can take some time to connect with nature, because that's always a good thing. I could use the iris as a microphone. There you go. So take good care of yourself, rest well, and I will see you again soon. Okay, so if we're going to take this, keep this unedited. Ooh, and I didn't have to cough or have any loud noises, so I think this one will actually be 100% unedited, 100% unedited, so that's fun. I'm going to take out my headphones. I'll admit, I didn't think as much about how my outfit was going to look, like if I stand up. You know how we live in this era of like Zoom meetings where as long as you look good from the waist up, you know, you're okay, and you could be wearing your pajama pants or whatever. I mean, I'm wearing shorts. This is, you know, the most exciting outfit that I'm wearing, but now that I've drawn attention to it. So I'm going to stand up. Ooh, I always knock into the desk. Bye. For now. I'm gonna come around to the side, to the side, to the side, to the side, back around, and turn off the camera. Take care, friends. See you again soon.